Hope you're all still awake. Late Night Mega here. Well, so far we have had plenty of things to fill commentary with in this game, so I guess I did not need to worry about that. So much so that I have not been able to cover my ranking of the Final Fantasy games as quickly as I would have liked. But anyways, Final Fantasy VIII plot. Stop killing Cecil! Leave Cecil alone! Leave Teller alone too, for that matter. Gosh, that was awful. We're gonna have magic problems really quickly here. Well, Cecil, I hope you appreciate this. Yeah, I could be using potions, but that'll be even slower. Let's find a place we can use a tent. That should be coming up soon. Ooh, treasure. Ooh, the Gaia hammer. Yay, a much stronger hammer. It has the power of Earth in it. I believe this one. Puppets, puppeteer. No, we're gonna pass. We're gonna pass on battles. These guys are really strong. Sage's surplice. Surplet. That's what we're calling. Robe made from sacred threads. And get your sacred threads out of here. So the plot of Final Fantasy VIII. The further the game goes along, the less sense it makes. We're just not going to get to discuss this. For instance, one big example I have that sticks out in my memory is like late into the game, somewhere around Disc 3 out of Disc 4. You get to a new town. They're like, hey, it's a new town. Triggers a cutscene. Okay, there's a cutscene. And you see, like, just hundreds, thousands of monsters just pouring in out of the sky. Okay. And then, without, like, any sort of investigation or anything, your party is like, okay, we have to go to the moon now. Okay, did we want to, like, discuss this first or anything? Or we see monsters pouring out of the sky, we say, oh, there's an issue, the evil sorceress is sending monsters from the moon. We gotta go to the moon to stop them. And you never actually get to the moon. You take a spaceship up with you and one other character. You battle, like, maybe half a dozen of these monsters because your ship gets attacked. Then you're floating in space, you grab the other character, and then you're back on Earth. That is literally what happens. I did not leave out too many parts of that. Maybe the part about how you get to the airship, or the spaceship. But everything else happens just like I said. It makes no sense whatsoever. And then, as soon as you get back to Earth, the whole group just pretends that whole subplot of monsters pouring in from the moon just like never happened. Never happened. We don't need to go to the moon and stop the monsters anymore. And then the game just continues on. And the plot in Final Fantasy VIII does that a lot. And it made things just so convoluted, like I couldn't follow it. No real logic. I don't remember if I saved. It's been a while since I've been ranting about this. Yeah, and the plot just gets worse and worse. Like, you get to the final part of the game, and the sorceress, the part of the game where you can freely explore everything, all that's left to do is the final dungeon and final boss. Well, the final boss seals off all of the towns. You cannot enter, like, hardly any of the towns. There might be, like, one or two certain towns you can re-enter. And most every other place is sealed off. There's a few other places you can go that are like bonus or side dungeons and that. And that also really bothers me. I'm like, well, okay, I can understand it for plot purposes. Beat the game, and then, that part should go away. No, it doesn't. Once they're sealed off, they're sealed off. It's as much crap as this battle is right now. Come on, leave Tella alone. We'll heal with Cease's magic. We don't need that for the boss. We do want full HP going into this, though. Alright, here we go. This was a boss I got stuck on for a long time as a kid. Not only was I under-leveled a lot because of running from nearly every random battle, which, by the way, don't do that. Welcome to the Tower of Zot. Charmed, I'm sure. Welcome. We are the Magus Sisters. We serve Barbarcia. No idea if I'm pronouncing that right. We're going with it, though. Lord of Wind. And yes, this is a triple boss battle. Mindy, Sandy, Cindy. We're afraid your journey is over. We will take your crystal. Say goodbye to your Rosa. Delta attack. Okay, so you have to kill the middle one. If you kill one of the other two, the middle one will just revive them back to health with full health. And by the time you do all of that, you will be dead. So, yeah. Tella, you don't have much to do. I don't want to risk casting a spell, because this. Watch this. So they use their call-out phrases. They'll attack after that phrase, and then they'll say, okay, reflect it. Delta attack. And then the small one, I believe that's Mindy, bounces a fire... Well, bounces a level 2 magic spell back onto one of your guys. And so it'll be Fyra, then it'll be Thundara, then Blizzara. Might have to reverse the Ice and Thunder. And then it'll be Bile. And it's the one in the middle you have to kill. You can't cast spells on it because there's a reflect up. So yeah, don't cast spells. Now, the strategy I used as a kid was they'll do the reflect again, and now the reflect goes on one of my characters. So now I'll cast a spell with Tella like a Firaga, and just hope that it hits Cindy in the middle there. Yeah, Sandy's the tall one and Mindy's the small one. And there's the Thundara. And I remember like really celebrating when I finally got the battle, because I died, billions of times on this boss. Finally got the battle that would bounce the level 3 spell back, and still wasn't able to kill Cindy. Still wasn't quite enough damage to kill Cindy. Yep, see, it's random which one it's going to hit. Did a ton of damage, and it'll do a ton of damage to whoever it hits, but you need to take out the middle one first. Ready, sis? Reflect. And now Cecil has Reflect on. I can't use Cure Magic on him now either. It also becomes difficult using Cure Magic to cure your party with the Reflect on as well. Blizzara. Of course, you hit Tella. Oh, I can cure Tella. Tella, your magic's not very good here, so you might as well just use Curaga. Make sure you get back to full health, because I don't know if we're going to be able to cure you again. Well, we can use items, but hey, Cindy's down. And Sandy's probably not too far behind. Hey, Tella, guess what? You can use magic now. Now, these two, when they're left without Cindy, they cannot revive Cindy. They'll be left doing mostly weak attacks. Sandy will use Confuse. Mindy will resort to level 1 magic spells, which will do crap damage. I really need to take out Sandy next, because Sandy's the one that's going to use status effects on us, and I don't like that, especially now. Well, Sandy's dead. And Mindy's pretty much dead here. So yeah, if you level up your characters, fight the random battles as you should, make sure you get the equipment, like the fire sword and the guy hammer. This battle's not that bad. Our Delta attack failed. No! But it was really a problem for me as a kid playing the Super NES version. And that's all there is to that. Let's use a tent. Alright, next up on the bad/dislike list of game. Oh, yeah, another example I want to give of Final Fantasy VIII, and that'll probably be all I do, because the rest of this is going to be plot. Another example of the whole, plot thing happens, and then the whole everyone just ignores it. At the end of Disc 1, Squall gets a bunch of ice spears shot through his chest. When he wakes up in Disc 2, after another little stupid scene where you're playing as these weird characters, one of them's named Laguna. I forget the other two's names. I think one's like Ward and Kyros or something. I don't know why you played as them. I never really understood that. To me, it was just a lame sideshow for nothing. Anyways, you wake up as Squall again, and the ice spears aren't going through his chest. He's not dead. He basically gets up. He's like, wait, wasn't I injured? And then he just like shrugs and goes, well, whatever. And then carries on his merry way. No one ever mentions the ice spear attack on Squall again, or how he survived, and whatnot. And it's just, that's kind of the attitude that they treat all of the plot events. Like, this event happens. Well, whatever. Let's just carry on and go do something else and pretend it never happened. That also really bothered me. Oh, there's Kane. One other thing I need to do here. Tella, you need to lose your stuff. Because that stuff... Inventory is full. What kind of crap is that? Does it help if I sort? No, my inventory is full. I should have sold some of this bow stuff. And clothes. I don't need clothes. That sounds weird. I don't need clothes. Well, we'll just get rid of some of this garbage. That could actually be useful. Same effect as Blink. Earth Crystal! I want to get rid of that. Okay, it won't let me. Well, that'll be enough until I remember to go to a shop and sell things from all those treasures we picked up. And you can probably guess what's about to happen since I'm unequipping Tella. But this is a really cool cutscene, and this scene blew my mind as a kid, too. This is another, very iconic scene from Final Fantasy IV. Welcome, Golbez. Where's Rosa? First, the crystal. She'd better be alright. Hand over the crystal now, or she dies. Here, take it. There. Now where's Rosa? Rosa? Whomever are you talking about? What? You two-timing cur! Return her this minute! Ignorant dotard? That's what we're calling people, huh, Golbez? We know you're evil when you call someone a dotard. I'm going to have to remember that one, too. Let me write that one down, because I am not going to remember that. It'll be obvious to so much. It's going right along with that phrase. You have no idea whom you are dealing with. Question mark? How could I ever forget the monster who killed my daughter? Vengeance will be mine! And Tella goes into a one-on-one battle with Golbez, and he just casts a slew of spells. And now in the Super NES version, these spells were doing a lot less damage than what they're doing here. Like, Faraga in the Super NES version did about 200 to 300 damage. And that's when Golbez mocking him there actually makes a lot more sense. But now you see these spells doing, 4 digits of damage, and now it's like, okay, you're gonna mock that, Golbez? Come on. If it was doing, the 200 to 300, also, Tella has no regard for his MP limit. And this whole scene is playing out a lot faster than Game Boy Advance version. Another thing I don't like about it. But there's Meteor. And oh my, was that epic. And Golbez is defeated after that. Yeah, that whole scene played out, took like 4 times as long in the Super NES version than it did here. And that wasn't me like fast forwarding anything. How could he know Meteor? Tell But of course, casting Meteor, since he only had, well, if you do the math, he actually had negative 20 MP when he cast it, so yeah, he's not in good shape. It matters not. The crystal is mine, Kane. So, Meteor broke my spell over him? So be it. He no longer serves any purpose. Mark my words, Cecil, someday I will destroy you. And Cecil tries to stop him, thinking he's still pretty weakened. Impudent fool! Take that, you dotard! And, why don't you finish me? You... What is going on? So we notice something strange going on here with Golbez as well. We will settle this the next time we meet. And we're not going to fully learn what that's about until much, much later in the game. And then so much later, I'll be sure to remind you of this when it happens. Provided I remember that. Maybe I should write that down too. Are you okay? Yeah. Meteor must have weakened him. Tella, are you okay? No, he's not okay. He's laying down. I failed. Keep still. I'm such a fool. I lost myself in my own hatred. Avenge my daughter for me. I beg of you. Tella. Get up, you old geezer. Tella. I'll bet your daughter's mighty proud of you. You did good. And yep, Tella fades away and he is dead. He's not coming back. We will never have him in our party again. And as a kid, since Tella was my favorite character, just due to the fact that he could cast nearly every white and black magic spell, I thought that was really cool. Because what I was used to at that time was, the first Final Fantasy game on the NES where you have either a white mage or a black mage, or you have a red mage that can only use a few levels of mixture of white and black magic, but Tella was more like an all-inclusive white and black magic user. And plus, we had him for a really good portion of this game. He was in our party on 2 occasions, and for quite some time on the second occasion. We got him way back at Mount Ordeal, so, yeah, as a kid, I'm like, no, he was my favorite character, and now he's gone. I was so upset at that. Tella, Anna, I swear on my life, we will avenge you. And this door's locked. We gotta talk to Kane. Kane! Kane! And Kane has come to his senses because, like Golbez said, the meteor broke the spell that Golbez had over Kane. Cecil, I'm so sorry. What have I done? Don't blame yourself. You had no control over your actions. But a part of me inside was awake, and yet I just stood by and watched. Where's Rosa? Gasp! Beyond those doors! We must hurry! Yeah, we need a white mage because right now we don't have a magic user at all. Cecil! And in cliched fashion, it was actually a big steel ball in the Super NES version, but here it's like a giant axe that falls down. I miss the thought of the big ball just coming down and crushing her. Whatever. We save her at the last possible second, just before the ball drops, as they say. We almost had an awful New Year's celebration. Okay, enough of that. I knew you'd come. And kissing time. I missed you so much, and I realized Cecil. You realized what? Be a man, spit it out. Oh my gosh, guys, make this as awkward as you can. Wait, is that Kane? He's okay now. Tella's meteor broke Golbez's spell. But I was still aware, and yet, Rosa, I wanted to keep you close at any cost. Kane. Let's fight together, Kane. I like that idea. After all that I've done, it's too late. No, it's not. Kane, you fool. Hey, save the corny drama for later. We gotta scram. Yes, this cutscene has already gotten cheesy enough. Let's go, Kane. We need your help more than ever. Cecil, Rosa, thank you. So we get Rosa and Kane back in our party. Alright. Rosa, she has learned some spells while away. She has leveled up. She has more than double the amount of magic that Tella had. That is awesome. What do we want? We'll keep Protect up here. Silent, Slow, Scan, Berserk, Teleport. Well, I might use Teleport. Cura's gonna be first. Cure can actually be there, so it's right under Cura on our battle screen. I have stuff for you. Yeah, in the, oh, we need that gold hairpin. In the Super NES version, I don't think I had stuff to equip to her before all this happened. Kane, he'll be pretty well equipped. Oh, you can have, healing. Yeah, healing. Kane will be pretty well equipped because, well, Golbez wasn't going to unequip him. Resistant against cold. I don't care for that. Okay, the Magus Sisters mentioned Barbarcia, the Elemental Lord of Wind. And Rosa and Kane just rejoined our party just in time. It seems Master Golbez has underestimated you. The Lord of Wind, Barbarcia. This is another boss that I got stuck on for a long time. You disappoint me, Kane, submitting to a weak imbecile, despite all your powers. No, not an imbecile, a dotard. I've simply come to my senses. I've grown sick of siding with dotards like you. You snotty little wretch. I'll enjoy killing you all. With the old man and his meteor gone, you stand no chance. And that phrase right there, that like struck fear into me as a kid, because I believe that. I'm like, oh no, I don't have meteor, I don't have Tella, I don't have those powerful level 3 magic spells anymore. And now I have to fight the Lord of Wind. And this battle is tough for multiple reasons. So, you see her in her form here. She has a lot of hair. People like to miss her. I screwed up. I was supposed to put Kane where Yang was. That was my intention. And I was also supposed to use Jump with Kane. You see she turns into her hair turns into a tornado. This game kind of gives it away. The Super NES did as well, but it went more like, jump, Kane, jump. So typically when she's not in tornado form, your attacks will do like tons of damage to her. When she's in tornado form, you need to hit her with a jump attack. If you don't, she's going to start using things like Tornado and Ray. Ray will cause gradual petrification, and Tornado, well, you see what that does. So soon enough, Rosa's going to turn into stone over time. It'll take a few turns for her to do that. But that is just something to be mindful of. Blinding winds prevent a frontal attack. Also, in the Super NES version, physical attacks did did like even half as much. Yeah, did attacks like that while she was in tornado form, or just much more likely missed entirely. I have to cure Yang now. And once you use a jump attack, even if it misses, she will open up. When she does open up, well, she does a physical attack. So she's doing lots of actions against our party, and it was always hard for me to have Rosa keep up with the healing and the petrification. Come on, Sid. Kane, just keep him jumping. Oh my gosh. Okay, before you completely turn to stone, you need to do something about that. There we go. There's first decent damage. But, yeah, Super NES version, I believe I was doing, like, anywhere between 400 to 600 with physical attacks while Barbarcia was in her non-tornado form here. And Kane's jump would usually land for about 700. So after seeing the quadruple digits of, you know, Tella's spells, yeah, there's 640, 624, that's pretty decent. Having to do this fight and not getting that 4-digit power, that also, in my childhood mind, made it very difficult. She should be... Super NES version, I felt she went back into tornado form a lot quicker than she is here. I'm just going to keep spamming Cura. Yeah, some people are still kind of low on health. We have magic now. We have tons of magic. So I don't feel bad about that. There we go. She's back in tornado form. Blinding winds prevent frontal attack. Jump, Kane, jump! And even the Super NES version kind of gave you hints about that. We're just going to use Prey. No one's hurt yet. Yay, it worked. And of course we have this epic music as well. But yeah, this was a very challenging battle for me as a kid, and once again because I ran from a lot of, yeah, 148, tons of damage there, Kane. But that's what you gotta do. That hurts. More than it should. Well, more than I'd like it to, I should say. That's about normal for her damage. And yes, I know this part is going a few minutes over, mainly because of my rambling and cheesy jokes, but, and of course this battle, and we're going to have cutscenes after it, but, I'm enjoying this game, so we're going to go a few minutes over. I said this might happen. It was either that or I cut this off at 20 minutes, and I didn't want to do that either. So, yeah. I'd rather go over than under on a game like this. Nice crit, Sid. Rosa, you don't really need to do anything. Miss? How can you miss? She's not even in tornado form, Kane. That is unacceptable. That's something I don't think happened in the Super NES version, if you managed to land a jump with Kane while she was not in tornado form. No, back to tornado form. Blinding winds prevent frontal attack. Jump, Kane, jump. Super NES version was a lot less wordy on those phrases. Well, that's why it said jump, Kane, jump. And, well, thank you for missing Cecil and demonstrating another thing I found difficult about this. I might as well just use power with Yang, because it's going to be a while before What's-His-Face comes down. I guess Tornado missed, so we can use Asuna and just not deal with this. But yeah, I had a really tough time keeping up with the healing on Rosa. I don't know if the bosses went faster in the Super NES version or what. I might as well use Cura. But yeah, I had like multiple people with the petrification on them, or working on them, and I had, so I was trying to heal that while healing damage as well, and I was having trouble keeping up with both as playing as a kid and doing that. But Barbarcia is down. And Cecil gained a level, Yang gained a level, Kane gained a level. Hooray! It's not over. The last elemental lord still remains. And it'll be quite some time before we fight him. Regardless, you'll never leave here alive. That's rude. And this is very rude. Yeah, this is a dungeon you don't ever get the ability to re-enter, so if you're trying to fill the bestiary, make sure you fill it now. Trying to find the enemies here in the super bonus dungeon it's really a crapshoot. So yeah, best to find him here. While Kane said, that dotard. Oh gosh, I'm not going to get past that line. And Rosa knows how to teleport. Well, of course she knows how to teleport. We saw that in her magic list. And she teleports us back to Cecil's room in Baron Tower Castle. This is... Yes, it's your room in Baron. Now that we've taken care of the fake king, there's nothing to worry about. Cecil, there is something I must tell you. What is it? It's about the crystals. Well, we've lost Toria's Earth Crystal to Golbez, which means he now holds all the crystals. Plot twist, not quite. He only has 4. You mean there are more? Of course. So the legends are true after all. Yes, the dark crystals. Alright, listen up. The crystals of this world are called light crystals. That means there's a whole other set of dark crystals? Exactly. So you see, he only has half of the crystals. Well, we now know they exist, but how do we go about finding them? They lie under the surface of the earth, in the underworld. Underground? Are you sure about this? That is what I overheard Golbez say. He also said that when all of the crystals of light and darkness are gathered, the path of the moon will open. A path to the moon? I'm not sure exactly what it is, but this is the key for unlocking it. Here, you keep it. Now, in the Super NES version, we got a key with a key symbol, and it just said lava, or it said magma. I think it said magma. Now we get magma rock, so it gives you a little bit more of a hint of what to do with it. Very little. So this is the key. This is to be used somewhere to open a path to the underworld. But where? Yes, where do we use it? I wish I knew. I remember finding the path as a kid just by like completely screwing around, and you're gonna see why it looks like I was screwing around in the next part, because as soon as this ends, we're calling it a video. No worries, we'll just fly around the world on the Enterprise till we find something. But we lost the airship near the Tower of Zod. Pshaw! My baby's equipped with autopilot, because I'm not a dotard. I'll bet she's flown back already. Sid, what will we do without you? Hehe. Alright, we leave tomorrow morning. Let's rest up for the journey to the underworld. I still don't understand. Why didn't Golbez finish me off at the tower? Cecil? Oh, I was just thinking out loud. Come on, let's get some rest. And all 5 of them slept in Cecil's single person width bed. I don't know how that works. I don't want to know how that works. Everyone's recharged. Yang has surpassed Cecil in health. And both of them now have over 1,000 health. Hooray! I'm just going to stop here and we'll meet you outside.